Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the Sweet Fire Soul Revival YouTube channel. My name is Joe if we have never met before, and if we have, welcome back. So, today's video is going to be a little bit different. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I wasn't even on my mind to do a video about it, but then I was like, fuck, I need to. I need to say this. So, a few weeks ago, well, let me back up. So, every day on my Instagram stories, I will leave a shadow work exercise. So, whether it is a journal prompt for you to do or a physical, exercise activity, whatever, I leave these daily. Um, so, a few weeks back, the shadow work exercise was to play because I was realizing in my own life how play was not incorporated and how fun was just not a thing I was having on a regular basis. And I was like, when and why did I get so fucking serious, like life or death serious about everything? Like, this is ridiculous. Why am I living my life this way? It's not making me happy, right? So as I was coming to that realization, I was like, I'm going to go out and do this. And so this is what I'm going to leave for my audience to go and do as well, right? I received an overwhelming response from people who were like, what do you mean play? What is play? This is hard. I can't do that. I'll try, blah, 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 all that stuff. And I was like, holy shit. That was the literal biggest response I'd ever had from a shadow work activity in the last year and a half, whatever it's been that I've been doing those on a daily basis in my stories. It was crazy how many people were responding to it and just in this way of what do you mean? And I was shocked. But also not, because I was like, well, if I'm experiencing this, clearly I meant to put it out there because other people are experiencing it, right? So it didn't go away. It was kind of something I've been thinking about a lot, lately, especially, and just a conversation I was having with my husband the other day, and we were kind of talking about it and when we started being serious and when we stopped playing and using our imagination in the way that we did when we were kids. And so I had given a little homework assignment to my group coaching program, and I was like, go out and do something that you really love to do as a kid, whether it's go swing on the, at the playground, color, draw, Legos, Play Doh, what the fuck ever. Go out and do something that was one of your favorite things when you were a kid. And so another overwhelming response from the people in my group who were just like, oh my gosh, I had so much fun. I went out and bought a jump rope, or I went and swung on the swings. Someone was like, I spent all day drawing princess dresses. I was like, there you go. Do you see why did we stop doing this? Why did we stop doing these things, right? This is ridiculous. And I've always had a problem with arbitrary rules. So if your rule is arbitrary, so let me give you an example. And this was my big thing when I worked in corporate was a lot of the rules were very gray. It was well, if your manager says so, and it's okay. Anyways, that just seems very I don't know. Maybe it was just because I had certain leadership, which was very wishy-washy. So anyhow, that really bothered me, and so I was a pain in the ass about certain things because I was you can't just one day say yes and the next day say no. If that's how it is, then I feel I should be the one to decide whether I can or can't do this. This is ridiculous. So that was just kind of my process, right? That's just me. If you can't tell me why, a very good and logical reason why, if it comes down to because I said so, I want no part of it. I don't understand why you saying so overrides what I say, right? And, like, I think that should go across the board for all of us in terms of, like, arbitrary rules. Like, anyways, but I won't get on to that. So, I remember, being, like, in my 20s, my early 20s, or, like, 18, 19, and saying things about different jobs or different situations, and people coming back and being like, well, being adult isn't supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be fun. And I remember that, and, like, even now, like, hearing those types of things, and not even necessarily, like, people saying them to me, but, like, hearing them when I'm out and about, grocery shopping or doing whatever, I'm just kind of like, wow, what kind of bullshit is that, right? Like, we wait so long to be 18, when we're an adult and we can make our own decisions. And it's like, yeah, you can make your own decisions. You're an 18 now, like, you get to pay rent and pay bills and do this and do that. You can make your own choices, but they can't be fun ones. What? Like, excuse me, but no, I don't think so. Right? And just kind of like this whole system that we're all kind of indoctrinated into of, like, no, you do these things, you play by these rules, and that is how it works. You're not allowed to have fun when you get older. Or if you are, then, like, here are the parameters in which that gets to happen. And it's sort of like, hold on. Right? So I am encouraging you to say fuck it and to go back to having fun, to making things fun, to infusing fun into whatever it is that you're doing. Because, like, think about it, and this is something I want you to take your time with, but think about it. How many activities during your day as an adult are fun for you? And then think back about preschool age, like the like elementary school age, when play was a big part of your life. Were you like a sulky kid who was like, oh, I have all these things that I need to do when I get home, and I have to do this and that needs to get done? No. Like, that's not how kids are. Like, no, right? And I worked as a teacher for a while, and, like, looking back on, like, that time, there were certain things that were very challenging about the job, of course. I taught preschool, but that was fun. Like, playing and just, like, hanging out and doing like, that was fun. And just remembering, like, kids in my class just kind of, like, doing what they did, using their imagination and building things or drawing things or whatever, and just kind of, like, playing games, and just thinking about how much fun they were having, and realizing there's not a lot. I mean, at the time, there's plenty of things, but, like, there's not a lot of things we do, right, on a daily basis, on a regular basis, that fill us with that much joy, that make us that happy to be going about our fucking lives, right? Like, there's not. And so that's, like, been on my mind a lot lately, about, like, why is that the case? Like, why do we suddenly have to become so fucking serious as we get older, right? And why, when there are adults who are playful and want to play, and everything is, like, not in an immature way, but, like, they make things fun, why do we look down on that, right? It's because we're over here like, wow, we're so serious. Like, who cares? Who cares, right? Like, if you're not saving lives by being so serious, right? Like, you're not making your life more fun by being so serious and rigid and stern. And, like, I'm saying this from my own personal experience, right? And, like, and again, just judging by the response that I got from putting this one simple thing out there, that people were like, what do you mean? How do we do this? Like, fucking go back to when you were a child and think about what it is that you enjoyed doing back then, and, like, do it now, right? Like, in a bigger way. I mean, if you have to go out and buy Legos or Play-Doh or a coloring book and some crayons or a jump rope or a handball or whatever, or go to the park and swing on the swings, go and do it. What is stopping you? Like, why? Because some people are going to be like, oh, well, that person over there is swinging on the swings, right? Like, so what? I like to swing on the swings. We go to the park all the time, and like, it's, why can't we do these things? Why is it looked down on? You know what I mean? And like, as adults, I think sometimes even when we are playing, we still have that self-conscious, like, well, I'm not supposed to be doing this type of thing, right? So, like I said, take your time with it and think about how much joy was infused in your life when you were a child and you played or did the things you enjoyed, and how much of that joy and happiness is infused into your life and your daily activities now. And why can you not continue to play, right? Why can you not continue to do what it is you want to do? Is it just because we live in this society which has, conditioned us over time to believe that no, when you're an adult, like, fun is a thing that you do when you're a kid, and when you're an adult you become serious and you have all these responsibilities, etc., etc. You can still have the fucking responsibilities and have a good fucking time while you're at it. Like, I don't see why it has to be like, well, responsibility or fun. Like, no, you can have fun responsibly, right? Like, you can make a game out of anything. It's just a matter of using your imagination. Like, flex those muscles again, right? Like, do the damn thing. So there you go. All right, guys. That's it for this week. If you have questions, or if you go out and do this, like if you go out and have a good time, have fun, color, play with Legos, go and swing on the swings or jump rope or whatever it is that you enjoyed doing as a kid, let me know. I am so curious to hear about all of your experiences doing this, because this is exciting to me, and I think that we need to do it more, right? I think we would have a much more contented society if we did allow ourselves to fucking play. All right, guys, I'll see you next week. Bye.